Hey everyone, it's Fitz with I don't even know what this is at this point. This is about my 12th try to do this. We've had all kinds of strange weather here. It's signing day. This is supposed to be your recruiting signing day walk and talk. It's now dark in Manhattan. I have no power. During a recent one of these attempts to do this by flashlight, yes, that's a flashlight, the power pole that attaches to my house, the actual conduit, was just ripped from my house while I was doing it. And it's right off this corner. It scared the living crap out of me. I'm alive and well in Manhattan, Kansas. The tornado warning is passed. The wind is still howling outside. It's gotten dark. And like I said, we have no power, and we're not going to have power for a while. So here we go. This is your walk and talk. And this isn't going to be your typical recruiting walk and talk. I'm not going to get into the guys in this class. 12 high school players were signed by Kansas State and 1 junior college player. 13 is an awful small recruiting signing class, and there are reasons for that, and that's what we're going to discuss today. If you want complete evaluations of the recruiting class, you better subscribe to GoPowercat.com. Our Ryan Wallace is all over it. He is the preeminent, is that the right word, authority on Kansas State recruiting. He will be digging deep into this class and continuing to monitor everything going on with the recruiting class going forward. But today we're going to talk about the ramifications of the early signing period, the transfer portal, and the pandemic season ability for seniors to come back for a super senior season. And it's all kind of completed a mess for programs such as Kansas State. They signed 13 players, and I thought they'd signed about 15 or 16, so it's a hair under what I thought. But this is what Chris Kleiman spoke about on Wednesday at his press conference before the tornado warning, before we all took shelter, before I lost power, you know. And I ask a lot about this. This was a topic that I was very interested in, how the transfer portal is impacting the ability to recruit. Okay, the transfer portal players do count in your 85. And in the past, last year, they counted in your 25 of your recruiting class. You have limits on an annual basis of 25 players and overall within your program of 85 scholarship players. The concern here is the 85. K-State's not going to get near their 25 in the class, I don't believe. Now, the NCAA did offer some relief here this year by saying that if you have up to 7 guys leave, you can sign up to 7 guys, a matching number. That will not count in your group of 25 of your annual, but they do count in the overall 85. That's the problem. You add in now the super seniors that have not declared whether they're coming back or not, and I don't think K-State will really worry about that till after the bowl game and they can really assess things, and you have to save some scholarships for those guys. It's really impacting in a negative way the high school recruits coming out right now. There's just less opportunities for scholarships because coaches are trying to manage those scholarships so that they can fill some gaps with transfer portal players and also have some room for super seniors. It's really not good for those kids, and it's going to be that way for the next few years until this pandemic redshirt season runs out in terms of those guys that can come back for a 6-year. Now, you're not guaranteed to be able to come back for a 6-year. You have to be invited back, and if you want to use your super senior season, you can go into the transfer portal if there's not room at your current institution, which isn't ideal either. It's a lot of things, a lot of balls being juggled. And I haven't even mentioned the fact that Kansas State is trying to hire 2 offensive coaches and name someone an offensive coordinator. Maybe that'll be Colin Klein. And Chris Kleiman said at the press conference, that's way down his list, at the bottom of his list. He's worried about recruiting and bowl prep. Colin Klein will be the offensive coordinator for the bowl game. He's got other guys he's elevated to fill the staff out from his analyst positions to help out for the bowl game. He'll worry about those coaching positions afterwards, and a source tells me that maybe, just maybe, he'll let his new offensive coordinator fill the other offensive spot on his coaching staff. So Chris Kleiman's got a lot on his plate. This K-State recruiting class, in terms of content of the players, isn't overwhelming, but K-State's in a position right now where they can pivot really hard into the developmental process. They can go get some kids, maybe that can help, but because of the transfer portal, they can use it like junior college transfers in the past and really delve into the portal for immediate help. You saw it all over the defense this season for Kansas State. And I think next year we'll see it along the offense a little bit more. They have to find a backup running back at this point, which is a hard sell with Deuce Vaughn on the roster, and they certainly will probably need some help at receiver, along with everything they need on defense. And stay under the 85. That is the ongoing challenge right now for Kansas State as they try to fill out this class. It's really difficult. The environment of recruiting's changed so much, and it started with the early signing period. This is only the 5th year they've had it, And it did relieve some pressure off the student athletes and the coaches for trying to hang on to student athletes who have been committed but are still being actively recruited by other people. Now maybe they'll move back this signing period, but the other one opens in February, early February, so you can't get it too close to that, and you don't want it too close to the holidays. Well, if they add another one, it's going to be before the start of the season, and then you got kids signing, and then the season happens, and maybe things happen along the way, such as injuries, or they just don't perform well, and now everyone's regretting an early signing. We'll see how it all sorts out. I'm just glad to be alive right now. I'm glad to have this flashlight. I'm glad to have you as subscribers. I just blocked myself. As subscribers to GoPowercat.com and our YouTube channel. And if you're watching on YouTube and you're not ready to sign up for GoPowercat, I get it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching, but please hit that subscribe button on YouTube so that you can at least do us that favor. That's it for now. We'll have a lot more coverage of the recruiting class, mostly from Ryan Wallace. I'm hoping to have power back soon, but that doesn't look good because the power is not connected to my house right now.